Well, hey everyone, Mike Extra Cheese here. You've got the Extra Cheese channel, and today I want to talk about several different topics. First, I want to talk about why I started the Extra Cheese channel and why the Extra Cheese channel is always going to have several different niches to it. Now, there's a little controversy on the word. Is it a niche? Is it a niche? You say tomato, I say tomato. We'll just call it a niche because I hear it pronounced like that a little bit more than I hear niche. But up here and towards the Illinois-Wisconsin border, we like to call it the niche. So anyway, that's what we're going to talk about. It is Saturday, August 22nd, 2026. I'm doing a little walk and talk with this video covering a plethora, many different topics. Are you ready to do this? Let's do this. It is really a perfect day here at the park. There's a hawk soaring over there, spreading his wings and flying majestically. I don't know if you can see it in the picture. I can see him. He's just floating around out there. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning, and it is 70 degrees with low humidity right now, and absolutely beautiful. It is a perfect day to go for a walk and do this video, and I need the walk. Let me just say that first. Let me get that out of the way. Make no bones about it. It's almost as if Mike Extra Cheese has been eating a lot of extra cheese this summer, because I have noticed as I have grown older, I'm going to put up the shades, I won't need it in the shaded area. As I have grown older, I put the pounds on easy, and I keep them on, and I am struggling with weight. You know, these videos, when I shoot these videos, it's the neck up, right? You're not seeing much more than this. I'm not showing you all of this, the extra poundage put on when I do these videos. And there's a reason for that. I need the walks. I need the exercise. As I've gotten older, I am a salty snack, chip, candy, garbage, watch the TV in the recliner. It's not good. It's not good. Usually the summers, I lose the weight because I'm sweating. I'm burning it off quicker. That's not happening this year. It seems to be I'm putting it on quicker than I'm taking it off, and I've noticed that the notch on my belt has gone up or has gone back a notch. That's not good either. There's obviously something going on. And when the missus is mentioning stuff to me, I know it's time to do stuff. It is pleasantly cool in this area right now. Here's where I'm at. It is really nice. There's no wind. There's not a lot of bugs flying around. It is nice. So anyway, let's just get right into it. Why I started the Extra Cheese channel. Now, first of all, the channel continues to grow. I think this might be upload number 86, 87 videos since I launched it in January of this year. And it's growing. Now, you may look at it and say, oh, the subscribers doesn't look like a lot. Let me tell you, don't let that fool you. Now, first of all, YouTube wants me to always do this call to action at the beginning of my videos, to where I say, please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe. If you are a YouTuber, like I am a YouTuber, you know to subscribe to a channel. If you like a channel and you want to see what's going on, I'm just not the type of person, I guess, every video I upload, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. It gets tiresome, right? It gets tiresome to hear it. It gets tiresome for me to say it. I get tired of saying it. So I haven't done that a lot. I'm going to throw it out there right now that just because you don't see a lot of subscribers does not mean the channel is not growing. What you do not see is things like impressions, how many video impressions I have. Now, granted, this is a channel that is just in its infancy. It's laying its foundation. In a 28-day period right now, it's been as low as 10,000 impressions, and it's been as high as almost 19,000 impressions. Just depends on what the algorithm is seeing, what people are looking for. To me, that is encouraging, very encouraging. I've seen numbers jump greatly in the past 2 months. And obviously, I'm posting things that you, the viewer, want to see. Now, about this niche thing. There are some people that do nothing but the vlogs. They go out, they explore the world, the United States, the lower 48, what have you, and it works really good for them. Well, here's the thing. It probably works really good for them. This is just me guessing. There are some people I watch out there on a semi-regular basis, and maybe it works really great for them because they are already established on YouTube. They are already established in the YouTube world, and they get to do this for a living. Now, I don't get to do this for a living. This is not a hobby. It's an enjoyment of mine. I still work a full-time job. I still do the 40-hour-a-week thing. I do these videos as time permits. Now I'm looking ahead because the terrain's changing. As you can see, we've had a lot of rain. Yesterday, it just poured. It just poured here. You can see the water must have been coming down this like it was a creek, because this got a little bit of a flash flood. I can see that right now. But anyway, I can't make eye contact with the camera all the time. I'm not going to put the shades down. It's just too darn dark in here. And I don't need to be falling and picking myself back up and having that kind of a moment on the video. I'm not doing it. Anyway, the click-through rate, these are numbers that YouTube shows you on a daily basis, if you so choose. And I look at these things. I always do. I'm not going to lie. It's probably a daily thing that I go into and see how my videos are doing and make tweaks and changes to thumbnails maybe, just kind of see what's going on. I don't take it that serious. Now, it's not that I'm going to put up crap content, for lack of a better word. Let's just face it, I'm not going to put up crap content because it's not fun. That's not fun. Who wants to look at that anyway? I put up things that I think are interesting to me, and I think they would be interesting to you, the viewer. Let me backtrack. Why I started the channel. Obviously, if you've looked at my videos, you know I was a big fan of Adam the Woo. That's not a you know, a big statement to be making now. That I did a whole video on him several months ago. You can go back and watch that if you'd like to. But when he passed away, I could have started this channel at any time, and I don't know that him passing away was really a major contributing factor to starting this channel. I was finding myself getting a little bored as a creator, as a musician. I've done the music thing for so long. I love music. I always will do music. Someday maybe I'll do a music video. I don't know. YouTube's funny about copyright, so I have to be careful about that. But anyway, when he passed away, I let it go for about a good month before I woke up one day, and I just felt God putting on my heart, Mike, it's time to start a YouTube channel. Go ahead and start the channel. Who was I to disagree with the big G? That wasn't going to happen. You know, I figured, why not? Let's jump in and see what happens. The channel, the subscription, had already been established since 2012. So that was easy. There was not going to be any big problem in starting up the account, because the account already existed more as a viewer to watch other people's, just to watch YouTube in general, right? So, long story short, and it may be a long story, and man, am I lagging. I am not picking up speed at all. Wow. I'm sorry, my brain goes off on tangents. That's just the way I am. But if you've watched these videos, you already know that. I said, the heck with it. I'm going to start the channel and just have fun with it and see what happens. And I cannot believe, I would say sometime within the next 4 to 5 weeks, I am easily going to surpass 100 videos for my first, let's say 9 months, 10 months at the max. I think 9 is more realistic of having this channel. That is mind-blowing to me. When I first started this, I didn't know how it would end up, what kind of content I would be having. But let me just say, it's not getting harder and harder. It's getting easier and easier. I have so much content going on up here planned. Sometimes it's spontaneous, sometimes it's planned. I knew I was going to do this one. I was looking forward to it. So I started the channel also because, and I've told my kids this, I have 4 kids. I have 2 daughters, 2 sons, stepsons, so I have 5 kids. My kids range from my stepson's in his early 40s, and my daughters, 1 and 2, are the oldest. They're in the mid-30s. My sons are the youngest, and they, let's see, I have one who's 33. Oh, gee, I can't believe it. And my youngest son's 29. So, you know, I have grandkids. I have 7 grandkids between them. My daughters and stepson have given my wife and I 7 grandkids, 8 grandkids. We have adopted a grandchild as well through one of my daughters. We love her. Hey, Emma. Hey, everybody else. I shouldn't be ignoring you. Jasper, Atticus, Cecilia, Emma, Lexi, Luke, Chloe. I'm forgetting one. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to edit this because I can't. Claire. I'm not going to edit this. Chloe, Claire. 7. It's a hard number to remember sometimes. I have 7 grandkids, okay? And the thing of it is, YouTube is such a great place to do this type of thing because you're leaving a time capsule. You're leaving history for your kids to follow. I've talked to my grandkids too. I remember talking to my daughters Angie and Alexis just a few weeks ago. My dad had his 80th birthday party, and telling them that when I die, this is something that they can look back on, and you're going to get a way more better idea of who I was or who I am as a person, things that I like to do, things that made me up, instead of just the, you know, I shouldn't say routine visits, because no routine visit with your kid or grandkids should be called routine, I guess, for lack of a better word. Here's something in the background there. I hope it ain't Bigfoot. I hope I'm not being squashed right now. Okay, moving on. So as something to leave behind for my family, my grandkids to watch, great-grandkids to watch, and who knows, maybe great-great-grandkids to watch, they can see who their dad or their nanu. I've told you before, I'm Italian. We don't call it grandpa, we call it nana and nanu. That's what I grew up with, and that's something that we passed down in our generation. They can see who I am, or who I was, depending on how far in the future you're watching this, or how far in the future they're watching this. But you see, there's so much more to who our grandparents are, or who they were, than what we see. And I'm certain that if they had had a format like this available, maybe a couple of them would have used it too, because these types of things are not unique. Home videos is basically what they are. We're making home videos. We're putting out there to the public, which is you, to watch and hopefully enjoy, and you know, putting a little goodness out into the world, right? Isn't that really the correct way to say it? It's been said before, not just by me, by others as well. Putting some good content, good things out into the world that you can sit down, watch and enjoy at any given time. So that's why I started the channel. Now, YouTube has this thing with niches, okay? Or you do one thing, you do it real well, and you post, and you upload that. Well, I'm not an everyday vlogger. Like I said earlier, I don't do this for a living. I don't get a paycheck from YouTube. This is not a monetized channel. I don't know if it'll ever be a monetized channel. These types of videos that I'm doing right now are probably the least looked at in my videos. The videos that get big hits, lots of watches, I'm going to tell you what they are in this order. Anything Beatles. My Beatles videos get looked at every day now. And I don't care if it's 2 views, I don't care if it's 20 views. They get looked at every day. People love the Beatles. I love the Beatles. That's why I make those videos. The other videos that get looked at, that I enjoy doing, are my collecting videos. Now, I'm a collector. Again, those of you who have watched this channel know that I love to collect. Those are easy. Those are easy things for me to make. I enjoy making those. Those are 2 separate niches, okay? Collecting, sports cards collecting, autograph, sports memorabilia collecting is a niche in and of itself. The Beatles, check this out for yourself. Ginormous niche for people who like to collect Beatles merchandise, collectibles. That's something that's easy for me too. I grew up listening to them. I'm a musician. I love the Beatles. Simple. That is not a problem to do. The other thing is vlogging, right? That's another thing I enjoy doing. I enjoy going out, making videos like this. There are places the wife and I love to go to in our area. We did the Florida trip at the beginning of the year, which really launched this channel. That's another thing that I really enjoy doing. So, I have 3 things that I like to do. I like to travel, do vlog-like videos. I love to collect. Anything collectible, I'm in. Sports collectibles, Mad magazines, that was another one. That's easy. That's easy stuff too. And the other thing, of course, I'm going to put the shades down for a second. And the other thing that I like is the Beatles. I love Beatles videos. And I love to make those videos. So this channel will always have 3 different things going on, because those 3 different things make up who I am. They're a big part of my life. They're a big part of who I am. You're never going to see one specific thing on this channel. It's always going to be several different things. Oh, look at how muddy. Yep, got the old shoes on. That's okay. It can be muddy. It can be muddy. It doesn't matter. The shoes don't go into the house. These are my walking shoes. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of... Which way am I going? Here we go. When you come to a fork in the road, take it. I should go up that way, just because I don't normally go up that way, but I know where this is going to take me. You know what? I'm going to just stick to tradition today. I'm going to keep going this way. I know where this is going to take me, by the houses, which is actually the neighborhood that I live in. This park is big. I actually live back there in that neighborhood. I was talking to my wife today. I was wishing there was a way to get into this park without going through my neighbor's backyards, but there's not. It's a short drive down the street. I park in the lot. Easy. No big deal. You know, just me wanting an easier, softer way. Heard that before? Sometimes there aren't easier, softer ways. Right? We know this. Anyway, that's why this channel is always going to have 3 distinct flavors about it. I know I might have some people coming up behind me. The younger people, they blaze through here. They can outwalk me like you would not believe, or sometimes they have their bikes. But really, this is not too crowded, this place. That's why I like coming out here. I can make a long, lengthy, almost unedited video like this, and not have to do the start and stop for interruptions. But that's where we put ourselves in as vloggers, correct? Anyway, another reason that you're going to see things like collectibles and maybe not so much vlog style videoing like this is we have harsh winters. It's so easy to come outside on a great day like this and make a video. I mean, it's just perfect. But this is the norm in the summer. Early spring, late spring, you know, Midwest can be really nice. And when the winter comes, it's not so nice. And I'm just not the guy that's going to go out there. I'm not going to walk out here when it's 30 below outside and a blizzard and blowing snow, and it's just not happening. I'm telling you this because that justifies and makes my other 2 non-existent niches, as I'm going to say, Beatles albums, music, collecting, collectibles, makes it easy. I can stay at home. I've got my man cave, or room is what I call it, and I can make those videos. That's easy. And it gives me something to do, keep posting to YouTube while I am creating. I can stay in that creative mode. Now, don't get me wrong, we'll be going out and doing lots of things in the winter. It's just not things to where you're coming out on a path like this and walking. That's just not happening, not in the winter. That's why my niches are what they are. Those are things that encompass who I am, make up who Mike, aka Extra Cheeze, is. Now, you may or may not know this, the Extra Cheeze nickname. I shared this a while ago. I'll just share it again, how that came about. Sitting at a church with a pastor friend of mine and some other members of the worship team, the worship band, we were eating pizza, talking about, my pastor came from New York back in the day. He grew up with some undesirables. I'll just say, I shouldn't say it like that. It might sound kind of cruel. But he grew up with some unsavory characters. We're talking about mafia nicknames. I'm going to give you the whole long and short of it now. And he was running down a list of people that he knew with these flamboyant nicknames, okay? Because he came from New York, the Bronx, all right? Tough place. But anyway, we were eating pizza, and I said, I wonder what my nickname would have been. Spontaneously, out of the blue, he holds up a piece of pizza, and he says, Extra Cheeze. We had a good giggle over it, a nice laugh. I had no idea it was going to stick with me for the next 18, 20 years. But it did, so because he would introduce me. He would say, Mike Extra Cheeze is here with the worship team or with the praise band. Mike Extra Cheeze has got the band all tuned up tonight. So people were catching on to that within the church. A lot of people didn't know my first name. They knew, well, he must have if they said Mike, but they caught on to the Extra Cheeze thing. So that's how that nickname came about, Extra Cheeze. And when I was thinking about what I was going to be, my persona, if you will, on YouTube, it was kind of easy. It came to me right away. Extra Cheeze. Of course, what else would it be? Mike Extra Cheeze, the Extra Cheeze channel. A real channel for real people. Call it what you will. As it progresses and goes on. I think I just spilled Fido over there. But that's okay. You get barking dogs on the Extra Cheeze channel. As it progressed, the channel has progressed. It hasn't been so important to me anymore. But those are the things that people gravitate to. Those are the things that stick with you when you're making YouTube videos. So I kept it. Mike, the Extra Cheeze channel. It's cool, it's clicky, it's unique. I don't know of any other Extra Cheeze channels on YouTube, so I've got the monopoly on it. I can claim it as my own, and that's why I've kept it that way, and that's why I'm not going to change it. And I still have friends. I have a friend of mine. I'm just going to give him a shout out. Paul and I used to play at Heartland Community Church in the Rockford area. We used to play on the, oh, look at that. There's one. You see that guy flying out? I probably bugged him. He's probably eating a nice mouse or looking for one. We have a lot of hawks in here right now. Yeah, so Paul was a bass player, is a bass player. He's got his own channel on YouTube. He's had it since, I'm going to say 2017-ish. Paul, if I messed that up, sorry. I think 2017 is when he started it. And Paul has a great niche. Oh my gosh. Paul, aka Scrap and Pallet Man, is a friend of mine, and he introduced me to some of the software to kind of use for starting this channel. Thank you, Paul. So, yeah, I know other YouTubers who are very successful at on this channel, and Paul has a great format, Scrap and Pallet Man. I said it again, shout out for Paul. Hope he gets some more viewers out of this, Paul. Well established, many views, in the millions, okay? Many uploads. Paul has a great thing going to where he goes out and he helps clean up the community by picking up other people's scrap. And he's made a living out of it with both the scrap and his YouTube channel. I can't recommend that channel enough. Paul, there's your plug. You don't need to give it back to me, buddy. I'm trying to grow this channel without, some notoriety or the blood, sweat, and tears of another creator's efforts, that type of thing. No, that's just how I prefer it. Now, that's all I have to say about that, as the old saying goes. Anyway, here we go. Beautiful day. Just out for a walk and a talk on the Extra Cheeze channel. There's no wind blowing in my microphone. I really like that. Now, some of you might say, well, what's in the future for the channel? Obviously, the collectible things are kind of not so planned. They just kind of happen. I know I'm going to do another comic book king with my stepson Alan. That was my first bigger video, if you would, the one that took off and said, wow, people like this collectible stuff. So he's got many, many comic books. I'm going to have him come over again in the future. We're going to do another comic book king collectible episode. As far as the sports memorabilia goes, that's all spontaneous. I don't think so much about that. One day they just kind of pop into my head and I do them. That's part of who I am, is what I do, so it's not so difficult to come up with stuff like that. And as far as vlogging, this type of thing goes, this isn't going to be so difficult either. The fall comes up sooner than later. Fall in the Midwest, with all the rain we've had, beautiful, colorful apple orchards are coming up, pumpkin patches are coming up. I mean, it's full Halloween regalia, right? Same thing with Christmas. There's a whole lot of things to film, to vlog, to video with stuff like that. So that's what's coming up in with the channel. There's no shortage of things to do in the Midwest when the weather is nice, like it is now. I'm trying to look in the camera as much as possible. But the thing of it is, I'm looking ahead of me and make sure that I don't look at you in the camera from the ground, you know. That's not what we need, not what I want. Man, but what the heck, who knows, it might be my most watched video where I take a nosedive, you know. Oh, look at Mike Extra Cheese. He broke his arm, man. Oh, it was a great video. He had bones sticking out and everything. Oh, it was awesome. Got 1 million views. It went viral. I ain't doing it. I'm not going to do it. Oh, they're cutting wood out here. Definitely. Thought I'd slow down for a little bit. And what I will now call the broken forest. The broken wood. This place is just chopped up. Probably had some straight line winds at one point. Of course, the trees died. There's nowhere else for them to go but to the ground. Anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit. And it's kind of a test for me too. I'm going to be honest with you. I kind of want to do these videos sometimes and just kind of see where they end up out of the gate. Now, I have noticed here lately, my vlog videos for things like Lake Geneva's doing well. What else? Well, the Boone County Fair. That's really doing well. You know, but my vlog style videos, I think I've already said it, are a little slower to catch on because they got to find their particular niche. But here's the thing, as this channel grows and you the viewer and you the subscriber get an idea of what it is that I offer on this channel, I won't have to worry about stuff like that. It'll just come natural. YouTube is all about time. It's about time, consistency, effort. The algorithm works. You have to stand the test of time. Let me tell you, when you start off with this, you're going to make mistakes. I'm making mistakes. I've made mistakes. I try to go back and correct them. But that's the learning curve of being a really good vlogger, of being a really good YouTuber. You have to be willing to put the time, the test, the trial into all of it. That's what has to happen. It's going to take time. I realize that. I realize that a great deal of the videos that I'm probably making now, 80-something videos, and they'll get watched. They will. But it'll probably be more as the channel catches on later in the future, maybe next year at this time. And then people like me like to go back and look at other videos that the creators made, especially early on in the life of a channel. It's a lot easier to do that. It's more difficult to do that when the channel's already, you know, running successful, full bore 4 or 5 years later, and then want to go back. I've done it though. I've just been curious. Oh, look at all the mud. Ugh, jeez. Got some runners coming up. I'm gonna pause this for a second. Yeah, so it's more difficult to do to look back on a creator's content when it's 4, 5, 6 years long, you know, then you have maybe hundreds of videos to go through. So, like I said, I see stats that you don't see. I see things that they call click-through rate, how many times a thumbnail's been clicked on. I see things like impressions, how many times YouTube has shown my thumbnails on pages of what other people are watching. Now, those things change all the time. It's been as low as 10,000. It's been as high as almost 19,000. And I've seen that number swing in a 7-day period where I've been posting videos, you know, 3, 4 a week maybe, as time permits. It just depends on what kind of video I'm posting. So, you know, those are cool things to look at. Those are things that are encouraging as a new creator. If you're a new creator, hang in there. You got to just keep at it and do this. Do it for the love of creating videos. And then everything else will come in time. Now, I'm going to just tell you that's a quote from Adam. That's not me saying that. That's something I've heard him say many, many times as he was going through ups and downs, the ebbs and flows of YouTube creating. Now I'm getting comments. People love to comment on the Beatles stuff. And that's a lot of fun because I'm such a Beatles fan. That's easy. Those are the best comments in the world. Also, if you're watching this video, leave a comment. Leave a comment on any of the videos. I get cued as to when there's comments that come up. So I know when they happen. And right now, since they aren't so overwhelming, it's easy to answer and respond to those comments. So go ahead and do that as well. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. It's been a lengthy video. Pretty much the whole time I was walking out here, I almost never stopped the camera from running. So I'm going to end this thing here pretty quick here, saying thanks for watching the channel. If you haven't watched the channel, you're watching this video, go back through. There's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of content that you're going to find interesting, I'm certain of it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for letting me ramble for the past however long it's been. It's probably going to be a longer video. I don't usually do unedited videos, but this is kind of easy for me when I'm just walking and talking, and the words they just come out. I already know what I want to talk about, and you know, it's kind of simple. Anyway, that explains a lot of questions, maybe answers questions you've had and didn't want to ask, maybe in the future, maybe for today, I don't know. However, at this point, on this wonderful day, it's time to say, as I'm looking down at my button so I can shut my camera off, it's time to say thanks for tuning in, thanks for joining me on this particular episode, because this episode is over.